Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Middle Ages Podcast. We are so excited because we are joined now with comedic sensation Country Wayne. He sells out comedy shows throughout the U.S., and he has a viral social media following, a massive social media following.
Huge.
Enormous.
And now he also has his new book out, Help is on the Way by Country Wayne. So we are excited to
Yay.
have you. Welcome
Oh
to
my
Middle
gosh.
Ages.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like
Thank you,
this
guys.
is amazing.
Yeah, man, especially right down the road. This is the best
Hey,
podcast
hi-
ever came to.
You didn't have to go very far.
It
Yeah.
still was late. That's crazy, right?
Oh, it happens.
Yeah.
I know. Best of intentions, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your story because
I know,
but
me
I
too.
kind of know your story because we're fans and
Mhm.
read your book.
Your book
But
is awesome.
tell us a
Thanks.
little bit about your story because I think your story is really awesome.
Oh man, I'm a small town country boy. Grew up in the country. Loved women from day one, and had a lot of kids, and basically grew up in poverty and family poverty. And just figured out a way out of no way, just like from a rag to riches story. To come from nothing into where I'm at now, just one of those stories. Faith and hard work and just really making it. So it's a story that could have been a nightmare, but it ended up becoming a dream.
That's
amazing.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I like how you talk about before. So a lot of people doubted you.
Oh yeah.
But you're like, I'm doing this. So how'd you keep going even though people were like, oh yeah, whatever, we don't know. But
Not caring what other people say. Like
Mhm.
I do not care what another human being has to say for real. So I
think
just
that's a blessing, to
Yeah.
be
That's
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
My sister always said that. She said one gift she always wanted from me was to really not care.
Yeah.
So I go within my spirit, and as long as it's not harming nobody intentionally, I go off the ideas and the energy that I have, and I don't care what other people say. So I think that allowed me to go through my purpose, because a lot of people purpose God to tell them something, but if a human tell them something, they listen to that. I
Right.
listen to whatever God tell me.
Yeah, because he does speak.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
speaks. Yeah, I know what's good for me. I know what I like. So I just think me being able to stay on my track and not affected about what other people say allowed me to make my journey unique.
Takes
Lisa
a strong
Kelly is your
person to do that, though.
Oh yeah, for
Really
sure.
strong.
Lisa Kelly is your soul sister, by the way, because
Yes.
that's her
Yep.
that's her philosophy
Yeah.
in life is not to care.
I
I
don't
try to
care.
learn from her.
I don't care.
That's-
I
that's
really
what's up.
just
You
you just
can't
have
care.
to. I think if you get into this, so I'm a singer, so I think if you get
Okay.
into this industry anyway, anything to do with the entertainment industry, you have to build that shell around you, that things, and there's always so many people there to tell you you're not going to do this. No, you're never going to make it. No,
Mhm.
to go and get a backup job, like have something to fall back on. And my dad was always like, no, don't have something to fall back on, because then you won't work hard enough for what you want. So, I think you have to learn to go, I don't care. And I do care, obviously. I mean, it hurts. Words hurt and social media hurts. Those things hurt. But I think if you can just kind of focus and go, no, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm going to do, and build your path.
Yeah, just use it as fuel. When people tell you can't do something, you got to use it as fuel, because
Yep.
obviously if you really want something, that means you're not going to be that happy until you get it.
Yeah.
So you might as well go for it, because if you settle, man, you're going to live a miserable life. And
You can't settle.
Yeah, you're going to be
What-
spreading that miserableness to other people.
Well,
Yeah.
life was never meant to be like a settle.
Mm-mm.
It's always been the journey. So, have you always found comedy in all situations?
Mhm.
Okay, but I love that, because we were talking about it before you got here, how just laughter and comedy is just good for the soul, and that no matter what life experience you got to find some humor in it, because it could,
Yeah. You
it's-
have to, man. I always laugh. I don't care how serious the situation is. That's why I don't be around people a lot, because it's funny to me.
yeah.
I'm
But I
gonna
think
find
that's-
something.
But I Right. think that's good.
Like during COVID, I'm not gonna lie. Like I got a joke on stage when it be like child support so high. Like, man, so one of my baby mamas got sick and she was coughing bad. I was like, oh,
You see dollar signs.
this might be it. I ain't gonna step in God's way,
We're like, I'm just gonna step back and let God take the wheel.
Hey, so you know me, I like to laugh, and it's just humor and everything, because we don't seen enough sad stuff. We don't seen enough, the news got enough of that. So I'm not into deep conversations anymore, especially as I got older. It took me a lot of deep thinking and deep talking to get here, but now I'm worse. I'm like a child. The older I get, I think I had kids so early, I had to be grown. So now I'm just really like
But that's the best
Yeah,
though.
you're
Oh, yeah.
Like when
it.
you can just when
Enjoy.
you can.
Mhm.
And now it's a good time.
Yeah. What's your
sure.
kids' age span?
I know. All right.
17 all the way down to 1.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's what I said.
That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
And there's 10 of them.
10 of them.
10 of them.
That's okay. So
17.
How do you balance all that?
I know, because
honestly?
2 to
Man.
me is too much.
Yeah, seriously.
Man, it
You're
take
not
a
wrong.
village. You have to
Yeah.
Well, you have a village.
you have to retire everybody in your family. You have to tell us, you quit your job. You quit your job. I need help. You quit your job. I guarantee you this. It take a lot of money. For real.
Oh, but
But
that
you
has
spend time with all. I mean, it's almost Father's Day, so like, how do you?
Oh, loads of presents.
Yeah. What do you?
They don't care about no Father's Day.
What do you
Honest just told me,
mean?
she said, I'm gonna give you so much money on Father's Day. She said, I'm gonna give you $17. Oh, but a mama, listen here. You know,
all right. Here's the story.
Here's the story.
listen, these kids, if I show you what they got me for Father's Day, they got me some fake money and wrote fake on the back. And I keep it in my Bible, you know what I mean? But the Father's Day, they don't really do the gifts. Because I don't really do gifts. I tell them every day is Christmas, every day is their birthday.
Absolutely.
So true.
And so I guess they give me the same energy, but nah.
They're like they actually are
They don't really do the
reciprocating.
gift thing, so I don't really look for nothing. But it's all love. We all a big family. We all love each other. My family deep, like from my grandmother to everybody. Everybody that I seen in my family, my immediate family. I retired, and everybody helps. Like my sister with the kids right now. And it take a lot of. They kind of push me to be creative because it's like I got to make sure they straight. In the village at peace, because as long as I'm at peace, they can have the money.
Right. No,
Peace don't have
exactly.
no price, you know.
Yeah.
Do they all have your humor? Like, do you
Yeah.
see any of them coming?
Yeah,
up to
so
be
like-
Oh
like
yeah,
you?
all
What's
of
their
them.
talent?
Oh, they all naturally. They all are naturally funny. I think when you find some people find their talent, but when you find your gift, it make room for others. When you find your talent, it'll make room for you. But my gift is really always been comedy. It's the only thing that it get me accepted everywhere. It broke all barriers.
Yeah,
When I was in
right.
trouble with teachers, if I be funny,
Uh-huh.
You can just
Yeah.
it breaks
It breaks
every
it
wall.
down,
I was
yeah.
always internationally. Like I just did a show with Lisa Kudrow in New Zealand. It's a big show coming out. And
She's hilarious.
I
I was
was
like,
over-
I love her.
they couldn't understand what I was saying in New Zealand a lot because I got that country accent. But when I started being funny, everybody just
You're like, it's
automatically
univer-
understood
It's
everything.
universal.
It's
Yeah.
universal.
Yeah,
So
comedy
yeah,
is
but
universal.
my kids found it though. My kids are hilarious. Like,
Oh my gosh, I think your household would be absolutely amazing just to live in for 24
Mhm.
hours.
Oh, yeah.
Just to,
For sure.
yeah.
they run away though. Like my
Wait,
daughter's
what?
my teenage daughter's so funny because I make them clean up. So I keep my house clean.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one thing my mom taught me, right? So this summer the house be kind of empty. They leave and go to their mom's house because it's like
Oh.
he home. He's not.
Yeah, we're out of here.
They don't
Like,
feel
yeah.
comfortable when it's too clean.
Yeah.
They feel more comfortable, you know.
When it's crazy.
Lived in. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Of
Yeah.
course.
So it's funny, man, but it's all good, all love with the kids. I don't know what I'd do without them now because
I
it's
know,
like a
it's
big
crazy.
family.
It is amazing,
Yeah.
like with like what the children
Mhm.
bring to you, and you can kind of see like life coming full circle. And I know that's super cheesy, but it is actually so true.
Mhm.
Like you
Yeah.
can just see the path, like you said, you can see your purpose and what it is
Yeah.
once you see it through like your children's eyes.
Yeah,
So
a positive light, and you see employees that you're raising.
Yeah.
Exactly.
or
Well,
that,
workers.
I mean, that's
Yeah, because when you start paying taxes, you really be like,
You're
I
gonna
need
work.
some
You need
kids.
to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're not
I only
wrong.
discovered that the other day.
Yes.
Got to hire the kids. That's
You
the
hire
game.
there you go.
kids.
Okay.
They're the employees.
Yes.
So we have
So I
producer
have to-
Corbin over here. That's why.
Yeah.
I know. Look at here.
Exactly.
Here are the
Yeah.
children. Here we go.
Look at that. Hey, man.
All right. So how did you learn, or when did you know you're really, really funny?
Man,
That's hard, I would think.
when I was
right?
young, I used to get out of anything. And when it get to going, I was doing it so easy. It was the easiest thing I ever done. And I had other talents. I used to rap. I was good, but
Okay, we talked about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I could freestyle. I could spit a poem off the top of my head. But that comedy was just didn't even feel like
Work.
it just was
It was just
easy.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
always worked. And I could always, that's the only thing that worked. I could do hip hop music, right? I could rap, but I can't make no Taylor Swift song to hit
Yeah.
the crossover
Yeah.
audience,
Right,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But my comedy was able to hit everybody
So
from day one.
how'd you learn? Like, how did you just get in front of people and just keep like?
Yeah, like, how did
Oh,
that
so
is-
how I learned stand up?
Yeah.
Oh, child support forced me to learn it. I went viral online doing skits, and I was like, I get some money, so I grabbed the microphone. I figured it out. I had a girlfriend. I had to break up with her because she was stressing me out. So when I broke up with her, I came up with some content, just like that.
It's like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Her
It is Taylor
content
Swift.
is always based on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. So I just use my real life situations and go out there and I tell it.
Well, I think
And
that's
it
what
just, like,
matters. Like
It
that's
just grew and grew and grew
yeah.
and grew and grew.
It grow because when you speak your truth, see,
Yeah.
people scared to speak their truth because
True.
most of the time you're going to get judged.
Mhm.
But when you speak your truth, it's the best art. You know, Amy Winehouse. You
Yeah.
yes.
remember when she sung her songs?
Yeah.
And I was like, why is her song so it hit different? But
Dark.
she'll go through
Mhm.
those situations and then sing about it. Even Taylor Swift.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
So it's going to hit your spirit different because we connected anyway.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
so we
right.
can feel when
You
we
can
speak.
sell
Yeah,
it.
we know when somebody telling the
Mhm.
truth,
Right.
whether you know it or not. So you can fabricate it and it be entertaining. But
No,
you
your
s-
energy knows.
yeah, the energy knows.
Yeah.
We all, and I was always trusted because I speak the truth. People always trusted me. So, but it was
Mhm.
that comedy. It was the gift.
So where did Jesus Poppin' come from?
Man,
I
just
love that, by the way.
I was
I tried to get one of your t-shirts.
You did. You need
'Cause
to
I-
like make
no,
your
'cause
own because
mean,
there's so many replicas out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He
They-
does. He does.
Yeah.
they creating it's so many people
Replicas.
created replicas. It's crazy, but I don't.
Yes.
At least they bootlegging it, but at least
Hey.
it's getting out there. But man, I really I grew up on God, but I got away from God. I still believed in him, but when I got him back, I realized he was always with me, but I was not always with him. So I was living off his grace. But then when I was in the streets and I started reading the Bible, I read the Bible 7 times. I'm on my 8th trip now. I read it from beginning through the end. And I realized Jesus is popping. The church was making me feel like you so judged. I'm like, no, you can still
Yeah.
be cool,
Yeah.
be fresh and be liked and
And
have
just be
Jesus.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't have to be holy than thou.
Right.
Like that. Because ain't nobody perfect but him. And
Well, he made us.
he made
So,
us. He
like,
know us. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, he made us the way that we are, and he gave us the gifts that we have,
Exactly.
and that has to be appreciated, celebrated, which is what I think is so amazing that you own it. You don't apologize.
Nah.
It's just it's a
Mhm.
gift,
Mhm.
and you are gracious
Mhm.
with
Yeah.
it, and I think it's so refreshing.
Yeah, it is because in the industry they tell you if you say Jesus' name, you lose a lot of opportunities because you really can't say it on TV like that anymore.
Right.
So I went on Good Morning America, and the first thing they did was zoom in on my chain,
I saw that.
and my publicist was like, "She can't believe
I saw that. I was
they
like,
allowed Jesus to be seen." But what it is, I stand on it so strong
Yep.
that it makes other people who know me they respect that.
Mhm.
Everybody, all my lawyers, agents.
Because it just is
Yeah.
the truth.
But
It's
that's
your
you.
truth.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
truth. Like because I'm a black man. So when I read the rules, the teachers told me, they said, if you work hard, you could get there. I'm like, I need to cheat a little bit because I'm too far behind. Who that was walked on water. So I
I
had
need that. I need the parting of the seas.
Yeah.
I need the walking.
because I'm behind. So I need to get ahead. I need to cheat.
Mhm.
So and when I read that, out of all the commandments, he said, if you keep the first 2, you basically won't do nothing too bad.
Mhm.
And it
Right.
was love thy neighbor.
Yep.
And put him first.
Yep.
And if you do those 2, like I got a lot of kids,
But we,
but I take
hey,
care
we
of
all,
them.
we all have
Yep.
different journeys.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
you're so right. You stay true.
Yeah, you stay
And-
true. You ain't gonna do nothing too crazy. Like I'm not finna rob, steal, rape,
Yeah.
take, kill,
Exactly.
and people can feel that off of me, and you can feel that off of
Yep.
people. So that's why when it was a lot of people was like, "How you say you got Jesus and you had so many women and stuff?" But people really, to be honest, just because a person have a lot of women, you still trust them in your house. But if a
Right.
person been stealing, I'm like, hey, man,
Right.
we come here, move everything around. So it's like we kind of know common sense humanity
Mhm.
that
Oh,
certain things ain't
right.
We ain't with certain things. If somebody come here, they want to drink a beer, hey, that's them. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
their life. I still could trust that person.
Right.
Yeah.
That's their own body
Mhm.
that is going in.
Right.
And but when I just wanted people to know, man, Jesus popping, you can still be lit. And I wanted people to know you can still, have fun.
Mhm.
So how long have you been doing like big time comedy? How long has
Oh.
that been? Because it's like a weird, it's a weird time to be in comedy, I would
Mhm.
imagine, because you have to be careful of what you say.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I've been doing it since 2014. I went viral in 2014.
Okay.
I had 0 followers, and and I went viral October, and by March 2015, I had like 1 million followers.
Wow. That's
So,
insane.
so then I started going out that like July, like May. I think May of 2015 was my first comedy show, and I kind of hit instantly.
Yeah.
Like it took off fast immediately, and I just had to get good at stand up. So I used that time and to get good, but I hit it as soon as I came out. I just kept picking up different genres
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
I
But
have to say, we talked about before you got here, like how I love the fact that you can be family friendly. So I
Yes.
hate going to comedy clubs where people are like, making vulgar kind of like I'm
Mhm.
uncomfortable. I'm a psychologist. I'm like, that makes me uncomfortable. Or they pick somebody out of the audience and they
Oh.
make them uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable. So I'm like, the fact that you can do this and just be more like wholesome, you don't have to like go down to a different level or like make fun of people. Does
Nah.
that make sense to like
yeah,
make it like funny?
I made
It's
that.
good.
Yeah, I made that decision from the beginning. I was like, man, I'm never going to talk about nobody but me and my family, and I'm not going to curse. I say hell or damn, but I made that a conscious decision in the beginning because I
Yeah.
wanted everybody to be able to listen to me, and it worked. So I've been doing it without cursing for years, and I just got a Netflix special, and people don't even notice that I don't curse until they realize, like,
That's
oh, he
true.
didn't curse in this comedy. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I made that conscious decision. So now my comedy's still raw. I still speak the truth, but I think I get away with it because I don't curse.
Yeah.
So
I've always found it really funny here, though. I've always found it really strange because, like, I'm obviously Irish and we curse all the time, and it's like a figure of speech. It's not done nastily. It can be, but like it's dropped into conversation all the time when you're talking. So I've always been really comfortable with it. But it was one of the first things I noticed when I moved over here was that people don't curse, people don't do it, and yet anytime you turn on a comedy special, there's like F-bombs dropped everywhere, and you're going, that's really weird. Like how is that acceptable? And yet nobody does it when you're talking
Well,
to
it's like
them.
you go on a
just
cruise ship
doesn't.
and they're like, you can't bring your kids. Like this is like R-rated, so this is only like 18 and up or whatever. So that happens.
Okay,
all the
I grew
time
up in the
here.
80s and remember Eddie Murphy,
Mhm.
raw,
yeah.
Yeah,
funny, but
yeah.
raw
Mm-hmm.
in horrible ways. Still funny,
Mhm.
but again, that's like what we were saying. We love that, like you're raw, but
Mhm.
it's just your truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to add that layer.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I watched Raw, thought it was hilarious in the 80s, but I do love
Yeah.
that your
Thanks.
truth is funny to the same level, but it's relatable.
Which I
Yeah.
think would actually be harder, actually, to be because that's what you're used to with comedy. Is
That's
to be able
so
to
no, it's
Making
so
fun of
true.
people.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the hardest thing.
Oh,
Amy
yeah.
Schumer just followed me, and a lot of comedians respect me because of that. Because as a comedian, that is the hardest thing to do it without the crutches.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but I'm competitive, man. I like when I start something, I do it with intention. So I was like, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it like this because the Jerry Seinfeld show, one of the biggest shows ever.
Yeah.
And Jerry Seinfeld was a clean comedian.
Yeah.
He
Right.
talked about real situations,
Right. Yep.
but he was clean. So I was like,
Yep.
then
And popular.
it's popular. I'm like, man, these shows that were clean were some of the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
They're not cussing on Friends. You know, you can't
Yeah.
cuss on TV like
Right.
that anyway.
Oh,
So
back in the day, yeah, you can't. Yeah.
yeah, so now it's like, hold up. So the things that I always went to, there's nothing bigger than the Barney song. Like the most positive things are always the most, like, look at Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Clean. It's like, so I was like, it's common sense. Like, when
It's
you-
just life.
it's life. Everybody, everybody don't know everything, but all us know stuff that just not that vulgar. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Oh
You know
my
what I mean? Like
God,
we everybody know the
yes.
song, and them guys made so much money off one song.
Yes,
So I did
yeah.
my research. I was like, hold up, I like that money.
You're like, hold on a second.
We
I
got a
think
lot
I
of
can merge
child
these.
support. You just figure out.
You figure out how to make it work.
You got to figure out how to make it work. Get the most out of it.
So what was it like to see your first video going viral? Because you said you had no followers, and all of a sudden it was like,
I was happy. I got 2,000 followers after that. I said, I'm famous. I was so happy. I told my brother, we gotta get an agent.
I love it.
No, but I was happy because I was kind of waiting on that moment because I had been trying the music thing, and I was like, if I ever get an opportunity to get like I was getting like 2,000 views one time. I was so excited because I was like, I'm going to keep this going.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I already knew I was waiting on that moment for people to get to know me because I've been the same person since school, high school, and all that. So I always want opportunities for people just to get to know me. And when the internet came and they started doing the videos, and I got 2,000 views, and that one went viral. Oh my God!
Wow.
I
You're
knew.
like done.
I started putting up 3 videos a day after that.
Yeah.
Never stopped.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You have to keep it up.
Oh,
You have
Yes.
to.
Oh,
And you do such a good
It's
job with it. Like, yes.
consistency.
you got to
with
keep
it.
it up.
Yeah.
When that video first hit, and one of them go, you have to
Yeah.
keep
Mhm.
that content rolling.
Do you feel pressure though, or is it kind of easy?
Or
to
is it
keep
just your
going
life?
now?
Like you've got so much in the bank. Just-
Yeah, I'm pretty creative because I listen to people.
Mhm.
So when I grew up and played baseball, I was able to. I paid attention to everybody. I'm a listener, so I got so much content because most people talk more than they listen, so they don't have that much content in them because they
Mhm.
never listen. But when I was
Right.
young, I used to, grew up in the hood, but then I played baseball. I go to the suburbs, and then I had, I be with the white people. Then I knew some Latinos, and so I was a listener, so I could learn a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
So I'm so filled with content because I kind of know,
Mhm.
like even when I meet y'all,
You
I
just
know
paid
I've
attention.
met a person of each person.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's brilliant because
Yeah.
most people don't listen.
They don't
wanna
listen.
talk and share their own
That's
stuff
on that's
without.
on listen, man.
Yeah.
But especially you got to listen.
Yeah.
That's the game.
That's how you learn, right?
That's how you learn. You
Mhm.
must listen because everybody has something to say, even if it's listening not to do that. I knew my uncles didn't know what they were talking about, but I had to listen to know to never listen to them.
That's so
You
true.
had to know.
So you got to be a listener.
Yeah.
And then that content, it programs in your brain, and you think you don't know, but as soon as you get in that situation, that content comes out. It's like when I tell people when they read the Bible, they be like, I can't understand it. You don't supposed to understand it. When you take a pill for your ankle to get better,
Yeah.
you don't know how it go from your mouth through your ankle,
Right,
but you just
exactly.
know it gets there.
Right.
So you got to, when you listen, you are filled with content. And
Yeah.
when it's time for it to come
Mhm.
out, it's gonna roll out.
But you have to be quiet to listen.
Gotta
which
be
is like
quiet.
what's hard for people. Mhm.
You got to be really quiet and listen to
Mhm.
people. Everybody don't listen. They ready to say what they got to say.
Mhm.
I just think it's so awesome because you're hilarious. I mean, we've
Oh,
all
yeah.
been watching.
Yes.
We're all Country Wayne fans, but you're deep too.
Yeah.
I think that's like your book. I mean, everything you're deep too. I think that there's so many dynamics to you. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, thing. You got to be deep because if not, you'll be silly.
Yeah.
And silly and funny is two different things.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
kind of, to be funny, you're gonna have to pull for something deep because you got to trigger first and then make that trigger light and make
Yeah.
people smile through
Mhm.
dark things. So that's what comedy is about.
Mhm.
So you're actually our first live ever. by
I
the way.
know.
Yes.
Oh yeah?
You
We're
are.
so
Yeah.
excited.
We were
Oh
like,
hey, where the camera at?
I know. Hey.
Hey, yeah.
You were the first live.
Like-
Well, we live, everybody.
I know.
Is this-
Terrifying.
No.
We're terrified.
Well, for like,
Of course, we don't have the followers of Country Wayne. So how many followers do you have now? Like you have, it's
Between
ridiculous.
Instagram and Facebook, I think it's like 11 million. And I
That's
just
a
started
lot.
TikTok.
Wow.
I'm gonna start jumping on there
TikTok,
today.
Yeah.
I started last night. I put up a video just to see what vibe I'm gonna start doing on there. But yeah, so I'm gonna start on TikTok now because a lot of people are on there.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I'm like 11 million strong.
Wow.
That's
Unless
pretty-
you're in
that's pretty
Montana.
strong.
Isn't it banned in Montana? Which state is it banned in?
TikTok.
TikTok?
They
I didn't
banned
know.
TikTok.
Oh yeah, I heard.
In one,
yeah,
I want to say it's Montana. I
Oh,
think,
I
yeah,
didn't
they
know.
banned
yeah, I
it.
heard they're
Yeah.
gonna start
Yeah.
banning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, because you get
Mhm.
loads of followers on that.
Yeah,
The kids.
I got to get on it because everybody's doing it. So
You have to keep up with
Mhm.
it as well, and it's exhausting.
Well, it
keeping
has
up with
to
it
be
too.
because-
Lisa's sons are dance, or actually her husband's dance. So they're just
Yeah.
a performing family, but they went viral.
They went
with-
viral,
Mhm.
yeah, but they didn't keep it up. That was the problem. They went viral during COVID. They're Irish dancers, so
Oh.
they filmed out the back of my studio, and they had his green bug, and it was around Christmas. He'd bought a 1974 bug, and they were
Wow.
dancing in front of it, and it went viral. But somebody shared it, like that was how it went viral, and then they kept it up, and they were doing great, and then they got lazy.
yeah, you got to
That's the
keep it
thing.
up.
Yeah.
You do, and it's really hard. Like, I mean, they were
Mhm.
17 and 16 at the time, so it was hard to keep it motivated. And COVID happened, and they
My
were like,
son did that.
yeah,
He went viral and he kept it up for a minute, but he stopped.
Was he doing comedy?
Yep. And,
Really?
and it worked, but it's like that work ethic. And I got one
Oh.
daughter who never went viral, but she posts 3 times a day. That's
Oh,
why she ain't giving
wow.
up. I've been wanting to send her text like, baby, listen.
We gotta
You're
talk.
like, wait.
Yeah.
We we gotta talk.
She's so consistent. If he can get her consistency, they'll be a team.
That is
Right.
always the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, that
Always.
is always.
Always.
For
yeah.
sure.
Well, I saw you go live the other day with just one of your daughters talk on the phone, and it was like a minute in, there were like 2,000 viewers. I was like,
Wow.
holy cow!
Yeah.
I think that you're just relatable. Like
Mhm.
that's the thing. Like you're just
People wanna
again, we
see
go back
that.
to like you're just
Normal.
honest.
Yeah.
Like this
Mhm.
is your truth. This is like your life,
Mhm.
and it just happens to be funny. You
Yeah,
know, like
man.
comedy.
I love people. So, we God's greatest creation. So I just love people for real. So it's just I have no intentions. So I think when people feel it, when they come around me, it's like I remind everybody of their honest time. Like
Right.
just that friend that because I'm gonna stay me. Nothing's gonna change me. I don't care if I was broke. Pandemic, I ain't have no money. I went broke during the pandemic because we
Right.
couldn't tour.
Right.
I was willing to go back. I was about to start. I bought me a box truck. Kountry Wayne was about to be delivering Amazon packages. And I was not
Wow.
ashamed. I'm like, hey, I got to do this. I had a truck. I sent it back. So I'm so at peace.
Mhm.
I'm just, it's just relatable because there's no real pressure, man. As long as I got me something to eat and a roof over my head,
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Mhm.
I think it's really admirable because I don't
Yeah.
think many people do that kind of thing.
Or stay
I've
true.
watched,
Yeah.
yeah, I've watched
Yeah.
people go through stuff and not want to do other stuff because they're like, yeah, but do you know who I am? Or what I
Mhm.
find as well is that people tend to surround themselves with
Mhm.
people who will just say yes to everything that
Mhm.
they're saying. And I think that's a really
Right.
large
Well, it
pitfall in
creates
this
a false
industry.
narrative
Mhm.
and a
people do-
false
yeah.
world.
Yeah, it's a sad thing to see. So I think it's really admirable.
I appreciate it.
So where'd your book come from? Because your book is amazing, but where did this like creativity of writing come into place?
Me and Rivers, it's a co-writer. She helped. I told her everything, so I had to record everything for 2 years. I'd never write another book again.
Really?
Oh
One
my
and done.
God.
Why?
One and done.
Yeah.
Man, they tricked me. Then I had to do the audio book. So
Oh,
they
wow.
emailed me and it was like, would you do the audio? We was thinking, would you mind doing your own audio book? Like,
Oh no.
yes. Everybody was like, oh, thank you. I'm like, why y'all so happy about me reading the book? So I got up there on reading the book. Yeah, ears. They were like, go back. I said, go back. They said, you missed the ears. I said, oh, okay. Oh, go. I said, oh my God. You have to say every word correctly. And I got this country accent. I never talk correctly. Ever. I never
Like,
said
I need to be fired. I want to be fired.
man, I could not believe. I emailed him. I say, I
Why?
called Matthew, the guy ping around the house. I say, man, y'all set me up. They were all back there laughing. I'm in here, got to pronunciate every word.
Wow.
I had to go back to my mind to school. I remember you supposed to I had to retrain because I talk like me. I might say, I'm going over there. I'm going over there. But I had to go say, I'm going over there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There.
That would take forever
Where?
for all of us. I can't even
Oh,
imagine like
man,
just,
that-
oh wow.
Never again.
But was the book like, was it amazing to get out like your story and like all the things that you wanted
Yes,
to say?
it was. I was just happy for people to really get to know me. That's my goal in life. When you work on yourself, you can't wait for people to get
Mhm.
to know who
Mhm.
you are.
Mhm.
Because it opened up so many doors.
You're
Because
right.
people don't know who you are for real through social media. They
Right.
can't just look and tell. So
Right.
just my past and where I came from. I was ready for people to really get to know me. Especially the things I got coming up. I think that book was so perfect because
Timing, yeah.
it's always a go-to of who this new guy is. Because I
Mhm.
continue to be new to a lot of people every day. And the book was always something they could go back to and be like, oh, this is who he is, and this is why he's the way he is. And so I was happy about that book.
I love seeing your little girls getting the book at the bookstore. Seeing
Oh
their
my
daddy
gosh,
on the
that was
book.
so.
Oh, yeah.
They were so
Yes.
cute.
They were
It was
very excited.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Just-
happy, man.
I just love the fact that you stayed you though. Like you haven't like a lot of people to get famous. Like they're like, oh, I'm only getting these many followers. Let me recreate myself and do this or do that.
Or they
But
just
you've always
change, like
stayed
they're-
the same to your. Like you stayed true to yourself, and no matter how many followers, but then it like really caught up.
Mhm.
Just being you and just staying consistent.
I think everybody, if they really be who they really are, they're gonna shine regardless.
Mhm.
Now you can fabricate yourself and go viral as something else, but now you stuck that person forever.
Exactly.
Right.
So now you got to be this character
that's
for
not
the
your
rest of your life.
purpose.
Exactly.
It's not
It's
your
not real.
purpose.
It's not
So
true.
if you be who you are, God don't make no mistakes. You're gonna shine and you're gonna be at peace. And that's what it is. That's where your peace at. Because I don't follow trends.
Mhm.
I wear what I want to wear. Like I started back wearing duck head. Everybody was like, you had duck head, but not everybody
I
trying to,
love that.
you know, because I like duck head.
Yeah.
You
that
know,
was
I-
a thing. back
yeah,
then,
so-
yeah.
I think if everybody just be them, they're gonna shine and glow because it's gonna be this flow. It's gonna be this flow.
But
Yeah.
that's what they're supposed to do. Like that's
Yeah.
why like you have a purpose on this earth.
For sure.
Mhm.
And it's not really based on like trends or like it's your soul.
Right.
And
It's who you
your
are.
your soul is here for a purpose and you have to go through that. And when you like pivot,
Yeah.
you pivot the wrong way. But when you are honest with who you are and your
Mhm.
purpose, that's when life actually starts making sense,
Yep.
in my opinion.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful
Mhm.
thing when you're so at peace with that purpose. So
Mhm.
I think that's why you have become so successful is because you are so at peace with your purpose.
Yeah.
You make no excuses.
Mhm.
You are who you are.
Mhm.
That's the beauty of it.
For
So-
sure.
Mhm.
Appreciate it.
So how did Kountry Wayne? How did that come to be the name and everything?
Cause I'm a country boy. I'm really from a dirt road. So I'm a country boy. So I was like, I'm gonna keep that name because because a lot of people didn't know I was country for real. So I was like, I got to keep that, you know, because it give all the small towns inspiration.
Mhm.
Because when you're from a small town, it's hard to make it because you are really stuck down there. And then if you're in poverty, then there's no opportunities
Yeah.
for real. I don't care what color you are. A small town,
Yep.
Yeah.
it's so hard to get out of
You're
small
done.
town because
Oh,
the
yeah.
mentality of people.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to keep that name country because a lot of people thought country, they treat country people like they're slow or whatever, but we just misinformed. We don't have the
Right.
information.
100%.
So I wanted to keep that because that was like a badge on my shoulder. Be like, I'm a country boy, but I'm gonna work hard. You ain't gonna outwork me. I'm gonna do this. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. So I just want to change the narrative of country people. So I just wore that like a badge.
And the fact that you're so famous and you're not, oh, I'm moving to California, I'm moving to New York, like the
Mhm.
fact that you're still here. I mean, I know you have to go different places, but it's amazing to see you and your popularity grow. And you're
And I'm going to
down the
California,
road.
so I'm telling you not.
Forever?
No, not forever. I keep a place out here, but I got a place in California, but I love it out there.
It's so pretty.
I love it. I love the vibe in California.
I love the vibe.
And you're
too.
like, no more kids for a few minutes. Like,
No,
But-
are the
we're
kids
gonna go.
coming with you?
And I got one out there already. Tony just
Okay.
went to college,
Okay.
and I'm waiting on Tamar to graduate. And I think
Okay.
after he graduate, because I got a lot of things going on out there, business wise, so I'm kind of
Mhm.
forced to now.
Yeah,
A
that
little
makes
bit.
sense.
You're back and forth.
Yeah, but they got good vegan food. See, Atlanta don't have no food,
Ah, you're right.
and I don't got no wife, so I have to.
You didn't
For
learn to
yourself.
cook. No.
Fend
Man,
for
it's nothing to
yourself.
eat. It's nothing to eat for vegans in Georgia, man.
So how'd you become vegan? Was that always a thing?
No, I didn't even know I was vegan. I was vegetarian at first. And then I went to the restaurant one day and I was like, man, I don't want no butter or nothing,
Yeah.
dairy.
Yeah.
And the lady said, are you vegan? I said, what's a vegan? And she was like, there's people who don't eat meat, but they don't even eat. I said, I guess I just lost taste.
Yeah.
So it didn't taste good to you.
I just started tasting different. Everything
Yeah.
just started like, you know, I had picked up that, once I picked up that Bible and really got committed to that journey, things started changing for me. It got weird, like for real. So, man, I just started, I got off in 2000. I've been vegan for 8 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
so that's
That's
why I
true.
like,
That's not a Southern
Mhm.
thing.
they don't care
Yeah,
about
no,
vegan.
I totally get
It really, that's one of the reasons why I'm single for real, because it kind of messed up my romance. Because
Wait, what?
What?
no, you know, when you're in a relationship, the main thing you do is go out to eat together.
Yeah.
Right.
So nobody's really vegan, so it's hard to go out to eat.
No one wants to eat with you.
No,
No.
it's like they'll go eat it just for me, but I can feel they're not enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, do you just have fries? And I'm like, man, I know
No
she want a steak.
beans.
Yeah. So it's like, man, really don't. Yeah. So that's why I love California, because it has
There's
vegan
loads of
restaurants
vegan.
everywhere,
Oh yeah. they have a
Okay.
lot
and
of
you don't
that.
have to be vegan to go eat there, because the vibe is.
So they have like totally separate, like there's like you can
Yeah,
take, like you can have like you
Mhm.
what you like and
what
then
you like and
with
what
your
I
girl-
like, but is the restaurants that are vegan, they're not vegan. They're vegan restaurants, the food, but the vibe is mutual and the food tastes.
Okay.
So
got it.
I could take you there and you're
Yeah.
like, you vibing. You get you
Yeah.
something to drink, they got alcohol or whatever.
Right.
But
It's not
Otherwise,
this
it's just
odd
like, oh,
situation.
it's
where
not
you're-
making you feel, you're not walking there, somebody with
Awkward.
cotton shoes
Yeah.
and be like, I got to go through this
with a
menu.
gown and some beads,
Yeah.
and like
Sitting on the floor and
with
Namaste.
Yes.
with the cow looking
God.
sad. Nah, it's the right vibe. So California is ahead on that.
Okay.
Their
Mhm.
humor is different as well. I find the humor like way more like home in California than I
Yeah.
do here. I
Yeah,
kind of get them. They're way more sarcastic. We're really sarcastic as
Yeah.
a race. And I always find in California, I always feel understood when I'm there. I say something and then I'll be, oh, that was really funny. I guess.
yeah. California a little. Yeah, that's right. They're a little more. It's just a little different.
A little different.
It
Yeah.
fits my vibe.
Yeah.
I was always wanted. I'm born in the country, but I want to get farther
Yeah,
away
you're
from
like,
it.
I'm ready. Like, let's go.
I've been
We're-
ready since back in the day. I used to watch all the shows. So you know what I'm saying.
What'd you watch?
Saved by the Bell was my favorite.
Yes,
So
I love
so
that.
watching Saved by the Bell and Zach Morris, and I'm like, man, God, dog.
I got to go west. Got to go.
Got to go because the vibe was just free. I don't like the the South kind of man. California different. It's more. They're ahead of times of. Sometimes the South too close to the way things used to be.
Yeah.
It's
And
kind of suffocating.
That's
yeah,
true.
and the West
Mhm.
just like, hey man, let's get it. Everybody about their money because see rent too high, so you don't got time to be when rent too high. You don't got time for racism or nothing.
No.
See,
You
the-
got-
You just got to keep going and make
You
a
just
living,
got to get
right?
you got to be doing your job.
you
Like,
gotta do your job.
yeah, you can't worry about who's doing what you got to do your
New
job.
York and California, you have to do your job. It costs so much to stay there.
Yes.
You have no time for the petty things.
Yeah.
Nope.
The
You
nonsense.
gotta work.
Word.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love your comedy about, so we're obviously middle aged, about the middle age.
I
Your
know.
middle aged comedy
Oh yeah.
cracks me up about the procedures women should get done or not get done. So can
Yeah.
you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, because here we are.
Hey, I just think.
Are we ready for a
I put
fight?
him on the spot.
Here we go.
And
All
I just
right.
think women should, when they get tattoos and things like that, the procedures, they need to make sure it fit their body later on because like a tattoo gonna change. I tell everybody
Oh my God, it's so
when
true.
you're young, you get a lion on your thigh, you be like, this Simba.
Right.
You get older, be like, who's that? Mufasa.
Yeah. So
You're
true.
about to die, now it's Scar. You're in the grave, now it's the hyena. So
Yeah.
I just think if we get your body done, man, it's just, I told my auntie,
You
man.
you just have to be super aware because
Yeah.
I mean life
It's gonna
and just
change.
gravity.
And I like a woman the way she is. Like I like a natural titty. You know what I mean? Like we can say
Oh my
titty
God,
on
my
here.
husband
Yeah.
will love this.
Yeah,
My
say
husband's
this.
such a
Good.
boob guy. I
Yeah,
love it.
I like-
Yes.
I like the naturalness.
Yes.
Of it, man. I just like the kids in here. But yeah.
They're
Yeah.
teens.
They're not
Oh, they're
laughing.
teens?
They're
Okay,
fine.
yeah, they know a
They're
lot
good.
about
They're-
titties.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he is blushing though. It's so cute.
But yeah, so I just think a woman should, man. I think a woman should just, if you want to go get surgery, cool. Just go do your thing, but just don't do it for everybody else. Cause trust me, some men,
Yes.
a real man
Mhm.
is gonna love everything about you from the root to the
Oh,
tulip.
I think that's such a good message.
Yeah.
I do.
Every woman I've been with, relationship with, I love them for real. I love everything about them.
You loved him a lot.
Oh yeah,
A
I
lot.
love all my relationships were great.
Mhm.
I never had a bad relationship.
So what's the tattoo gone wrong?
A tattoo gone wrong? Oh, well, my auntie, she had Jesus on her chest. For real.
Oh,
And it looked
boy.
like he
Wait.
was praying. When she got older, Jesus' hands went like this.
He's like, yeah.
And later on, it looked like Jesus' hands was confused. So Jesus just dropped back on the cross after that. Like,
Yeah. Jesus is done. at
yeah,
that
but I've
point.
seen all kind of tattoos, man. The tigers, they get tigers.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
the tigers turn into a hot dog. 'Cause you got the stretch so far, the dog cat thing, whatever. Man, you got to get them tattoos, make sure it stay up. Man.
Yeah, I see my clients who are like on the side, just like the moth will become a butterfly.
Oh, what
Go
you
back
do?
to like I'm a psychologist.
Oh, you're a psychologist?
Yeah, but
oh, so you getting in
they'll
my
show
head right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
She has you sussed.
Oh, yeah. So
She's already got
on
you
you.
written out, like
I'm on
the
you.
profiled. It's good.
Oh, so what did you like? What you like? How does psychologists work?
So we just like figure out what's going to make life better. But it's funny we were talking about how humor is really
Mhm.
like a bit like it's a very high IQ type thing, like to be witty and to have comebacks and just to be able to like just come off like that. Like it's really hard, but it's a very, very intelligent thing.
Mm.
So I was like,
He's like, I
there
know
you
that.
go.
Oh,
he's like-
hold
he's
on. What's your name again?
Pam.
Pam?
Yeah.
That
She's,
was up,
she's
Pam.
Dr. Pam.
Dr.
Pam
Pam.
Dr.
Yeah,
Dr.
she's
Pam.
Dr. Pam.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So what's your husband feel about you being a psychologist?
Oh, he's always like, just don't even Just because
Oh my
I'm always right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my
Because you know. I know.
I actually
I
think
know
that
what you're
all
thinking.
women are some type of a
Yes.
psychologist.
Oh, yeah.
So no, but here's the funny
Y'all definitely are.
Yeah, you're right. But here's the funny thing: if I'm on an airplane or if I'm anywhere in public, I'm like, people are like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I'm a teacher." 'Cause
Wait, what?
if you say you're a psychologist, they want to tell you about their brothers,
Oh,
sisters,
you got a red
Oh,
flag.
they want
whatever.
they want
Tell me
free
what to do about
service.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, I made that mistake for like a year or two, and I was like, "Oh, never again."
Yeah,
I am a
you
teacher.
just gave me a
I know
storyline.
nothing.
I'm gonna get a psychologist in my skits.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
I'm gonna end up marrying a
Yep,
psychologist.
yep. I was like, nope, not
He's like,
judging.
okay, so tonight's over. This
Exactly.
is amazing. I'm gonna go home now,
you know,
and I've got to.
But it's
Oh, no.
true. It's just like if you tell everyone you're a comedian, they're like, "Oh, tell me a joke."
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like with me, like, "Oh, I'm a psychologist. Oh, what should I do about this? What
Yeah.
do I do about this situation with my like ex or my?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
please stop! Like enough."
They do
Right?
that. I know.
It's
I know
true.
exactly
You know
what you're saying.
exactly what it is.
People ask me to tell a joke. I can't be funny right now.
No.
Yeah, because you're not
Yes.
funny.
Like you're at the
I'm not.
airport
Yeah.
and you're trying to like do your thing and
Yeah.
you don't even think about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not fun at all.
I did not a psychologist. That's crazy.
Oh,
Oh, not literally.
no, but
No,
like,
she's crazy.
you're like no pun intended. But my
Yeah.
mind is now going towards like what I'm about to talk about on my skit.
Oh
This
no!
is
It
good.
just it gave me just. You just gave me 140 skits.
Oh,
No, you can
good.
see it coming across your face. You're like,
Yay.
oh yeah.
Yes. But it's so
Okay.
true. But think about it. It's so true. Just like if you said, I'm a comedian, they're going to want you to like spout out,
Yeah.
"Oh, tell me a joke. What's your
Yeah.
funniest thing?" Oh,
So you're a great
no.
listener.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, boy. Your husband in trouble.
Talk little.
But again, I
listen
go
a lot.
back to,
Just
I
like what
think-
you said. That's how you learn. You learn from listening and then you learn how people talk and what they're about. And then you can like help respond in a way that's like, you know, your audience. Like you have to listen to your audience to know who your audience is.
That's real.
So you'll be different in South Georgia probably than you would be in California.
You haven't blinked. You know a lot. Like,
All right, so I feel like all of us need to push back, and it's just Dr. Pam and Country.
Oh no,
No, I
that was just interesting.
No,
Like
I
a
just-
psychologist.
I know.
So what do you guys do?
I'm a vocal coach now. Yes.
Oh, you can teach
I
somebody
still
how to sing?
Yes.
But Lisa
She's a
was
famous
Lisa's
singer.
humble. Lisa
Yes,
she was
famous
Celtic
singer.
woman's
She was the
PBS
Celtic woman.
So we kind of, it actually was very similar to what you did. So we kind of stayed very true, probably a little bit more true or a little bit more angelic than we actually were. But our audience was a PBS audience. So this was back in like 2004, 2005. So we, in those days, actually went viral, which was insane because we were like 5 women from Ireland and presenting this very angelic kind of sound. So yeah, so that's what I did. But now I'm a vocal coach and I teach
So
kids.
can you teach anybody how to sing, or they have to have it a little bit?
No, I can actually. I've only had 2. I've had about
Me and
nearly
Ashley.
5.
I was like,
And me.
we haven't actually
The
been her
3 of us.
clients,
No, I've
or
only
she
had
would be like,
2.
"There's 4."
No, that's not true. It's not true. I
That
can
is
tell
so
from their voices they
No,
could sing.
nope.
2. I've only ever had 2 that actually couldn't sing, and I tried for about 4 or 5 years, and they just couldn't sing.
Oh,
But that's that's really small. And
but
I've
can-
taught about 3,000.
but can you teach somebody who can't sing at all, but you could teach them how to sound good if they can?
Yes, yes. As
I
long
gotta
as they
take
can
your class,
hear.
'cause-
Okay, as long as you can hear, and I'm sure you can hear. I
Oh,
would,
yeah.
and if you can rap, you
Yeah,
can
you're a
sing.
rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to learn how to sing. How long is
Yeah.
it gonna take to teach me?
Like 24 hours. No, I'm joking.
No, for real. How long is this?
It's consistent, so it's a muscle. So it's consistently singing for. You could do. Well, I'd have to hear you first, but
I'm terrible, but
Well, I don't think you could be.
I'm terrible. at
Let's
singing.
pretend we're on an airplane. You're a rapper. Rap.
A rap right now?
You're like,
You're
Oh my God! Here's
Come on,
Trisha and
here
I.
we go.
Like we again
That is
are
the
the
whitest
whitest rap ever.
You're letting us down.
Oh my God!
she's like,
I heard a little in here. I'm like, who's
Wait,
playing?
whoa, what is it?
I'm a country girl from Missouri. Okay.
I was like, hey, we're from Missouri, so
Yeah.
I mean,
They're into, like,
Oh,
we
y'all. So you from Missouri? I didn't even know you were from
yeah.
Missouri.
Yeah,
Their
from
biggest thing was cow tipping.
no
and-
cow chip. I was
Oh,
the
sorry.
cow
Like,
patty throwing champion of
um,
Ross County, Missouri. I threw cow poop farther than any of my
Dr.
counties.
Pam, Springfield,
Okay, I'm confused.
we did not throw cow
sorry.
poop. Nope.
Oh,
nope.
did y'all cow
Springfield.
tip?
No.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
We were from Missouri, but I was super
She didn't throw the
impressed.
cow poop.
I
threw
did
the
not
cow
throw
poop.
the cow poop.
But you did.
I did cow
Oh
patty. I
my.
threw
Hey
the
man,
front.
that's interesting.
And here we pivot.
Country is like, oh my gosh, these people are crazy. Why did I even sit down here and talk to them?
Yeah, I gotta take your class.
Yes,
Mhm.
I will teach you how to sing it.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be dangerous.
Got you.
I always want to know how to sing because I feel like I couldn't get in trouble in a relationship.
If you can sing to
If I come home 2:00 in the morning, she's like, "Where you been?" I'm like,
Oh.
"Listen, I was at my sister's house." And then I make that little tremble. She's like, "Just come on in." Like,
Yeah.
You're fine. I love
forgiven.
you. You're super cute.
You're
Yeah, I
good.
gotta
We're
learn how to
good.
sing.
You're forgiven. Yes.
I don't think I've
know.
ever had a man sing for me either, which is kind of crazy.
Man,
I've never
Wait,
had a,
you never?
Yeah, no, never. No, I've never dated a
Are you-
singer. Yeah, never.
Wow,
never.
interesting.
We've had a man dance
Never.
for you. So
I
Yes,
know.
I
I
do.
mean,
I'm
Her
my
hus-
own
her
private
husband's
dancer.
professional dancer.
Hi.
Yes.
You never had a man sing for you?
No.
What's something you like? Like, what's the little thing? You know how women got the little thing that is it flowers or it's a date? What's the thing that you like that make you feel buttery?
Loyalty.
Oh,
Like
that's
really,
a good one.
really,
Yeah.
really important to
Mhm.
me. Really, really
Trust and
important.
Yeah, I was gonna
Trust
say
and
trust.
loyalty.
Yeah, trust is my big
I don't
one.
need the
gotta-
flowers.
In comedy,
I don't
we
need
all
flowers.
talked about that before you
I'm
got
like
here.
you.
I don't need the
Flowers make me
gifts.
like, what's wrong?
Yeah,
what did you do?
What did you do?
Yes, what did you do? And I
that's
get
the-
flowers. I'm like, what the heck?
And
What
that's-
did you do?
but
I do
that's
not
the-
want that.
Y'all
someone's
hear
gonna
this,
die.
fellas? Y'all get
Yeah,
all the
2
game at
days.
this table right
It's
here.
so true though, is it not? Like, oh yeah, what'd you do wrong?
Yeah.
But see, my husband loves to give me flowers, and I don't think that
Aw.
he's done anything naughty. But he thinks it's so sweet, and I mean, I love that.
That is lovely.
I'm the most unsentimental person on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and so like he brings me these
Mhm.
beautiful
very sweet.
Yes.
No, that is very
flowers,
sweet.
and I'm always like, "That's amazing, thank you."
Yeah, I'm just
Because
like,
they're
no,
just
throw that
going-
crap away because it's going to
just-
die in 2 days.
She's a
I know.
psychologist, so she
I
thinks deep.
know, and I always feel so
I'm gonna
bad.
have to pick up all those petals.
Exactly.
No,
I
but
was dusting the other day. I was like, what the heck? Like,
No,
all
but
these
that's
dead
how I
leaves.
feel. I'm like, they just died.
Yes.
Oh.
And
You just
but
wasted,
but
like,
he
he
likes
likes
so
to do it.
Yeah.
He likes to do it
does.
for
Like
you.
he gets so excited and he'll have it in the kitchen and he'll like I'll get up and he'll be like,
But it's sweet because he was thinking of you.
I
Yes.
know.
that's
I
always
I
sweet.
think I need a little bit more sentimental. Like,
Mm.
yeah.
No, I'm like, the cash would go further.
I was like,
Hey, that's what it really is.
Amazon gift card.
yeah, if you could just give me that
Amazon.
$75 Amazon.
You don't need the
I'll be-
flowers,
it'll be
baby. Just send me the cash. I could go buy some.
Cause y'all talk to a man who's broke.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
This is fun because now I'm just listening.
No, but you know what? My best date ever. This is really funny. In high school, my best date ever was this guy took me on a picnic. We had McDonald's, but it was like
Oh.
Well, back
like
in the day,
Daisies
McDonald's.
and like but it was like the effort and the
Mhm.
like time
Yeah.
and the energy. Like it wasn't like this like, oh, I'm taking you to the whatever sundial and you know what I mean. But it was just like nice because it was genuine, and that was nice. But
Yeah,
now
so
I'm like,
and you remember that. That's
yeah.
But now
Yeah.
we're like, don't bring us flowers.
But now the flowers, I'm like, dude, you spent $50 on Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
it
for
just-
this crap? Like, no.
I can see he's taking it in. I can just take her from McDonald's and go on a picnic. We're good.
yeah, that's dope.
But it's like the time, like, because
Mm.
back then, no one.
so y'all
did that
women,
kind of
so y'all
thing.
women love time. You love when a man give you time.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Time is
Mhm.
good.
And we
Mhm.
talked about humor. Like I love, like that was
Oh,
the thing
100%.
that like attracted me to my husband. Cause I mean, he, he wasn't like,
Mhm.
I was always like dark hair, blue eyes and whatever, but he made me laugh.
Mhm.
And it was just,
It's funny.
it was like, no, it was magical. And I mean, seriously, we've been together. We've been married 28 years. We've
Oh,
been together.
congratulations!
Thank
We need
you.
a bell here.
Hey, I know, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
How long have y'all been married?
6, 7 years.
We're I'm trying to think how old my second son is. We're 18 years married, but 23 years together.
Man, that's what's up. Congratulations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody's here
fine.
married
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
except for the guy at the table.
With the 10 kids. The guy with the 10 kids is. You're still young though. It's okay.
I know you're still
Yes.
young. You're still, I mean, you are still so
Mhm.
young.
So why not married? You could you could probably have pick of.
Dr. Pam is asking.
Yeah, I know.
you be
All right, so-
careful how you
Marriage
answer.
right now.
Yeah, here we go.
But let me say this before you answer. The majority of my clients, when I say, "What are you looking for in a man?"
Mhm.
or a female, whatever, they're all looking for someone who makes them laugh.
Yeah.
So like what she
It-
said,
no,
is
it's
very
totally,
true.
it's so
Because
important.
it's so hard to find somebody who, like, when you've had a bad day, they can just, you know what I mean, like roll with it and come back and make laugh. So okay, now answer. Because I know you can make people laugh. So like, why are you not married?
Man, I want somebody like that too. Somebody can make me laugh.
Oh, that's good.
And-
Would it be hard to make you laugh though?
Who me? Yeah,
Maybe?
kind of.
I was gonna say, see?
It's kind of hard. Not really though. But
Probably just have to be super witty.
but people think I'm laughing at them. So when I laugh so much, then they get defensive.
Oh.
They always be like, "What you laughing at?" But I can see the humor deep. So I'm not never laughing at nobody. But it just, man, I just got to find somebody who is not insecure and somebody who, somebody who make me laugh and somebody who knows some vegan food. That's the main thing. Bro.
Yes.
I feel like if you
That
don't
is-
have something to eat, is so important.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
For
And to
them.
get what you need. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's simple, right? It's simple, but I just like somebody who I could vibe with.
So somebody who's like laid back.
Laid
likes
back and real and
food.
not worried about what the world got to say.
Mhm.
Well, that person's out there.
Yeah.
But honestly, do you
I mean-
find people, since you've been so, big and
Mhm.
famous and all this is going on, do you find people just come after you for like that? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of creepy to me when people are like,
Well, yeah.
"Oh, he's doing great." I mean,
Like, how do you know the difference
Yeah.
of like genuine
Which is-
interest
which, like you
and
said, loyalty, right? That's a
or
huge thing.
the ones that are
Mhm.
just playing a role? Like, does
I-
that?
I don't know if I ever know because
It's hard to know.
even when I was in kindergarten, I was up. So I wrote about that in my book. I always knew how to stay up.
Yeah.
So when I was in kindergarten, I was always the popular guy. I knew how to stay up. So I never know if somebody want me if I was down because I'm gonna stay up. So I'm okay
Right.
with them wanting the life because if it was my daughter, hey, but they come after me, but you got to be real.
Yeah.
I can't fake it. I can't fight every day to try to make somebody real at the age of 35. I got to keep going.
Yeah.
Well, the reality is like you can give and give, but there's a point where you're going to need something, just like we all need something. So we have to be able to
You have the
give
balance.
and take. And if somebody's just after you for like what you give,
Yeah.
that's not healthy because you're going to have to. They're going to need something. You need something. It's got to be give and take.
Hey,
and not
we
just
all
give and
get
give.
old and life changes, and you need that person to pick you up
Mhm.
like when you fall. I mean, that's the thing.
Mhm.
Like, we can have these amazing life, but you still have peaks and valleys, and that
Yeah.
you got to have that person that's
Relationship, hard work.
yeah, like you
yeah.
got to have
Yeah.
that partner
not
that is
easy.
there for like the really good times,
Mhm.
but when you're down, like then that becomes your cheerleader,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about marriage again. Yeah. But I'm so petty. Like body heat mess me up. Like, you sleep with somebody every night. It's just the body heat for real. I feel like we gotta get different beds because the last relationship I was
just
in.
get different
Bamboo sheets.
No, bamboo
Bamboo
sheets and get different blankets. Like you have completely different sheets.
Yeah, 'cause
Trust me.
I tried about almost everything, but let me tell you, I don't know what it is about body heat.
You're like, I need you on the porch.
I need you in the basement.
I
We're
need you
done.
in a completely separate room.
Yes.
But I will tell you, bamboo sheets
That's good.
and separate, like completely separate sets
Mm-hmm.
of sheets. And then you can be in.
I might have gotta get somebody who's busy too. I guess. I don't know.
That's true. Because then you have more to like talk about end of the day or whatever. Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, we're just not there yet. So we're good.
You're like, yeah.
So we're gonna move on.
But it's all like you. She's like, we're not
No,
there yet.
I just don't think no woman gonna put up with everything I do. Like
Oh my gosh.
with the content I do, I don't think if I would have been in a relationship, I would never have been able to build my social media platform the way I did.
But that's
yeah,
why I'm
makes
saying
sense.
you just
Mhm.
haven't met her yet.
Yeah.
But
He's
that
met
goes
he's
back
met a
to you.
few.
Yes.
But
It goes
it's
back to
not,
what
but
you're
it's-
saying about
but
being
that's-
secure.
That's part,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
There's
That's,
not
I think you need an older woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that's all I really get along with.
middle
Like
age women.
Oh,
That's what you
the-
need.
and
You
here
were on the
you-
right show.
every middle-aged woman I talk to, we be in secret so much because but every middle-aged woman I ever talk to, that really be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
You
they're
know?
confident, they know who they are. They, like you said, like they're at peace. This
Mhm.
is their journey,
been
their
through it.
purpose.
Yeah.
It-
Mhm.
yeah. Like
Been
they
through
don't
it.
have to impress you. Like it's
Exactly.
just like, yeah, this is my life and
Mhm.
you can fit into it or
Yeah.
not. And I'm good.
Just no
Mhm.
tattoos.
No tattoos.
Yeah.
No,
No,
tattoos.
but-
no
boss.
butterflies because it's going to
No
turn
boss,
into
yes.
Musafa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tiger.
Soft.
How does the butterfly turn into this?
Because that's what tattoos do. I mean, it takes on a totally different life of itself. I mean, let's just be honest.
It's true.
Well, because growing old,
Yeah.
I have a
it's
very
n-
sad looking Tweety on my butt.
Holy,
He was a little perch.
Oh my
Tweety bird,
God.
and now he's just a little longer.
holy crap! You have Tweety Bird on your butt?
Do you?
Shut up!
Oh my gosh.
No, he's only he was little. He's not so little anymore.
All of
Oh
the
my
Lisa
God.
Kelly fans
Okay,
now are
so
like,
I'm so
mind
sorry.
I
blown.
think they know. I think I
We
like,
have to
told this
pivot.
before.
We
No.
have like what
I
the
had to, no,
What?
my favorite ever was a nurse I worked
What
with in the
is it?
hospital. And she was a nurse in the hospital and she had lips on her left cheek.
Oh.
She had lips, like
Oh.
kissing. Like she was, and if she got upset, it was the lips.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. I'm like, I don't want to see that. In like
I
10
still
more
want to
years.
know how the okay, it's kid friendly. How the heck?
He's
Did-
right there.
Right there.
Oh my
right there.
gosh.
How long has Tweety been there?
Tweety has been there since I was 18.
Does Tweety still look like Tweety or does Tweety look like something else?
No, he still looks like.
When the last time you seen him?
Tweety. When's the last?
I said,
I
when
check him out
you
every
check him out?
day. I make sure he looks good. I feed him. I'm like, he needs a little bit of fattening up. I'm like, he needs some hydration. He's looking.
Sometimes I hold him up.
Rub him down with some lotion to like.
He's lost a bit of his color though. He
Oh
used to
my
be
God.
Oh
like-
my God!
He's
I
not as
just
bright
feel-
yellow as he used to be.
Yeah, they all lose their color. What is that
They-
about?
oh,
The
they do.
yellow.
The
Oh my
yellow,
God,
like,
Lisa,
yeah.
I could not love you more. I could not
That's so
love
funny.
you more.
So no tattoos for you?
He has his tattoos
I
on his
got,
arm.
And he's got
I got Bugs Bunny with a crown.
Oh.
Oh,
I got
talk
that.
about that.
But I'm sorry, you don't have Tweety on your bum.
Nah, I ain't got nothing out there. Nothing's there.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
All right,
This
so where'd
is
that come from?
When I was 18, I got it because I always knew I was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm funny like you Bugs Bunny, but I'm still a boss. So I just was
I
like,
love
it fitted
that.
how I felt at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Is that your only tattoo?
About like
No.
marriage and like.
Uh-oh.
Now I did want to get married like 10 days ago, but
10 days ago.
no, I'm saying like the last 10 days, I was like, oh, I just ain't gonna get married ever. But up to then, I thought I was gonna get married again. But now to the point, I don't think it's gonna ever happen again.
So what happened
Why?
10 days ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like, man, I'm just like, nah, it's just not gonna work.
It kind of feels like you're an empath, like you're more like it would be hard, like because when you talk about yourself, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze, but when you talk about
And here
yourself,
we go.
you're kind of,
No, I love it.
But you're kind of like they would like the things they have to put out with me. It's not like about like, oh, they should be happy to be with. Like you're just like, yeah, that'd be a lot. Like they
That'd be
have
a
to go to
lot.
California.
That really
back
would be
here
a
and
lot,
that,
man. I
and
got my
vegan
kids.
and that, yeah.
Right now, I'm so excited about my son basketball. I'm too into it. So I just don't want. That's not fair to her because I'm too into my son basketball. I can't wait to go to the game tomorrow, and I'm not gonna sacrifice anything for
that
her.
because your kids are important.
I mean, my kids are
the most
important because my kids are
Yeah.
the future. So it's like
Yeah.
when you got kids, you kind of, I just like, man, it's really about them. And I don't want to put nobody in a position to be about them like that because it's about them. It's
yeah, but when you love somebody and that the whole life, that's what comes with it. Right?
Yeah, that's what
like,
comes
you have
with
to
it.
like love what they love and you know
Yep. And it's a
enjoy
lot of
and
women. It's a
appreciate
lot of
it.
women say they'll do that, but
when it comes down
The
to
I
it,
already
it's
know.
like
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
are.
know.
why are you
Well, I
ignoring
think that
me?
you
Why
just-
aren't you spending time with me? Why
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yeah.
You feel it. Like you
I
said,
Yeah.
like there's no BS.
yeah, because I know what I know what it really takes to make a woman happy. And that's part of it. A woman has to feel like, and with my career and everything I got going on and with the kids, is really unrealistic. Now I can fake it.
Yeah.
Right.
But now I'm gonna have to go through these situations and make you feel better every other
and
day.
that's not worth it.
It ain't worth the game
No.
because I gotta get to the money.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta get this money because
child support to pay,
in this
yeah.
world, you know, if money ain't right, we finna be unhappy anyway. So
Yeah.
And you're also so focused on your career as well.
Yeah.
And you have to be. You have to be. I
Yeah.
know that was a deciding factor for me eventually. I had my kids on the road with me. And I was like, I'm not giving, like, I'm not being a good wife. I'm not being a good performer. I'm not being a good mom. And
Yeah.
there's just so much you have to do. And if you are, like, if this is really, you know, I know your career is huge, but it sounds like, by the sounds of it, it's about to explode.
mhm.
So, like, you have to make sure that you're completely dedicated to that too.
Yeah,
And
look,
that's,
especially when you come
important.
from, man, when you come from, you the first one in your family to have some money. Nobody in my family probably never even made over 50 grand
yeah.
in a year. So when you the first one, now my sons might be some hell of a husbands, but when it comes to me, I got to
Yeah.
finish off this because
Yeah.
this is the
Well,
reason.
this is your path.
yeah,
Yeah.
this. So if a woman,
That's hard for you too, though.
yeah,
It is not easy because I always say like there's got to be balance. So for you, it's like balances the kids and the
Mhm.
career, and then you know relationships and religion or spirituality and all that. Like, if you're not in balance, you're not happy. And so I could see how adding something in that's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, because
would
another
be a
human,
lot.
because I'm not gonna be a good boyfriend because I'm not gonna care.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like if she get mad, like psh, I'm gone for 7 days. Like that ain't fair to her
Right.
because I can't put up with it
You
because it's
can't.
like,
It is what it is.
man, when you get an opportunity like this in life, you can't play with it because it's the
Mhm.
reason for all your seasons. And I'm
Right.
not lonely, so I got to be
Yeah.
realistic about that. And I wouldn't want to put nobody in that. And every woman I conversate with swear they ready. They start sending me pictures
good.
of vegan food. I'm like, girl, you eat some chicken. Like I
Yeah,
don't care if
you're-
you don't have to be
yeah.
vegan because I'm vegan. So
And then they're in a hamburger going like,
they already being fake. Like so, it's like, man, I'm focused on what I'm doing and I enjoy it.
if
And
it
I enjoy
comes
my
along the
kids,
way-
man.
If it comes along the way, it comes.
Yeah.
I think it's
you'll
cool because with
know.
all you and you have a lot of kids to balance, but you're a really involved dad too. I think that
Mhm.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
super
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, I'm in their business.
How do you balance it all, honestly?
Man, it's just I think, with the way my life's set up now, Jesus, it balanced my life so
Mhm.
much because I work from home. So I could shoot them skits in my house real quick.
Oh,
Bam, and I won't
wow.
have to work. Like right now, I'm so ahead. I filmed like 22 skits the other day.
Oh, wow.
So I stay so ahead. So now I got time.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have so much time within time. Cause I think if you got money and no time, you still broke.
Oh,
You are.
true.
So
Absolutely.
it got to be balanced. And I think when Jesus came into my life, he been in my life, but when I really started rocking with him like that, it got my life so balanced that I'm able to get to paper and be
Mhm.
there with my kids for real. And
Yeah.
I just love the balance of it.
Right.
And it's just it's because at one time I was on the road all the time, and I couldn't really see them.
Mhm.
But when the pandemic hit and I reconnected myself, I
Mhm.
figured out that online situation. I was like, man, hold up. And I started making more money online than I was doing touring, and I'm able to do it I work like 6 days for real. So if I never tour
Yeah.
again, I can make a real lot of money
Right.
Yeah.
just sitting home. So it gave me my time back to my kids.
Mhm.
And it's crazy. Every time I went viral, how I went viral, though, I said I had lost some money gambling. So I say I'm gonna sit home. I said I'm
You're
gonna
like,
sit home
uh-oh.
for 30 days with my kids.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna sit home. That's when I went viral.
Wow.
When I got when the pandemic hit and I had to spend a lot of time with my kids, that's when I came up with the idea.
Mhm.
Every time I gave my life to my kids, my life elevated.
Because
Wow.
there's the
Mhm.
story.
Yeah.
There
Well,
has
you're
to
home,
be,
everybody's home. Yeah.
Kids got to be first. I think God is in your children.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I
1,000%.
think because they're the closest, the farther we get away from the womb, the more sins we committed.
Right.
And I think a child is more pure than us.
Well, it's the closest you're ever going to come to God
Yeah.
until you meet him.
Until we meet him. So I think
mean-
our children are sitting there, and children watch us so bad because I was
Yeah.
that child. And when I came out with the
Yes.
book, my daddy was like, man, I didn't know I was such a deadbeat daddy until I read this book.
Oh, God.
But no, we cool now. Like, he a
Yes.
great granddaddy. But I told my kids, I'm gonna be a deadbeat granddaddy. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be
you're
a
like,
good-
I'm a great dad, but
I'm
then
gonna be
I'm
a
gonna
deadbeat
just,
granddaddy.
yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
check out.
I'm
and
not
gonna,
keeping them children.
I'm not changing a diaper. No.
I'm not doing nothing.
Yep.
But them kids is my world. So it's like a woman got to come into that.
Well, it's just not the right time.
Yeah, it's
It
the
will be when
timing.
it's when
Mhm.
it's supposed
When you're
to.
a granddaddy,
Yes.
then it'll be time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
time.
because
I
then
say,
you're-
I say when I get by
He'll
50,
get married.
when I get by 50, and I'm gonna be like, yeah.
And
I don't know, man.
and
I ain't
that's
gonna
not
lie.
old.
Everybody ain't meant. I don't think I'm meant for marriage for real.
And that's
Not for
okay.
everyone.
But that's the thing.
Not for everyone.
That's okay
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like it's again, it all goes back to the journey.
And contentment.
And yeah, and like if you
balance.
just know that you're
Mhm.
making a difference and that you are honoring your journey and your path, then that's what matters.
Yeah, because marriage is beautiful though.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is a beautiful thing. I'm telling you. So if everybody's on the camera, I don't know where the camera is at. Can this camera see me too?
It
Because
can.
Yes, it
this is
can.
amazing. Like I was trying to figure
I
out
mean, I
how
don't
do it
even-
see me in this point.
It's with wild.
It's wild, right?
Mhm.
Well,
I'm-
marriage is beautiful.
But you're smart because marriage is work, just like you said
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Marriage
It's a
is
job.
lot of work.
It's a job.
That's a job.
Way
I've been married before.
Yeah, and it
Mhm.
I
is.
stayed
like-
married for a year, but I was with her 10 years.
Oh wow.
So I married her.
Mhm.
And I was like, ooh.
And things just
Yeah.
changed when you got married. Things
You're like, hold on a
changed.
second. Can we back up a little bit? And
Hey,
Isn't it weird how like when you say I do, things change so much for people sometimes?
it changed. She
Yeah.
She changed for real.
I wonder why that is. Like
I
what?
think it's just like people like when you're dating, it is work. But I think when people get married, they don't expect it to still be work. But it is still
You got
work.
it.
You have to.
She feel like she had me. Like,
yeah. It's
I
just
got
like,
you
and then,
now.
and then you don't
now.
have to work anymore.
Man.
And I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that's, I mean,
But
because I
that's
know
not
Michael and I got
true.
married young. I mean, I was 22, but you know, I mean, like we talked about it before, like, you know,
Mhm.
like you have to look, and I was never told that. Like it was like, you got to look at it as a job. Like you got to get up and
yeah.
you got to be like, how can I be better? How can I do
Right.
this or whatever? Because it becomes super comfortable
Mhm.
and
It's not all about you.
right. And then but you do grow and you
Mhm.
evolve. Like
Together. If you do it
yeah,
together,
you
that's
either
what
grow
it is,
together or you grow apart. Like
Mhm.
those are the only two
Right.
options.
He's
in
looking
life.
at you like, I got enough jobs.
Yeah.
I'm
So he's
good.
like,
So
so like,
that's the
I'm done with all
thing.
checking off the jobs. Like I'm good.
no, I just love learning. If I get stagnant, I'm not going to be that's not the real me. So I like somebody who's adventurous and love to keep learning.
Yeah.
Because
I-
you actually have to.
You have to keep learning, man, because when
Mhm.
that's when you free in this world. You know, because if you're not free, I don't care who you are, you have to do it. You have to be a great actor. I tell people the greatest actors are not the people who are on TV. It's people who are watching
yeah.
TV because you're gonna have to be act every day like everything's okay.
Mhm.
And
but-
that's
Yeah,
exhausting.
It's a
you
lot.
got to you got to go on an adventure. You got to be able to go on a vacation without actually leaving your house.
Yes.
You got to go on it in your mind first. So I'm an adventurous person in my mind, and so I'm, you know, and everybody I come in contact with, whether it's my kids, they get to enjoy this ride of my mind. And it's just like when I'm in a relationship, I want to keep going on that journey
Yep.
because I don't have no fear.
Right.
So
But that's
I'm
part
scary.
but that's part of the
But
journey.
you can't have the fear.
Yeah.
So you know,
Mhm.
I just love that in a relationship. Like I don't care what they're saying outside of my world.
Mhm.
I don't care if people don't like us. If you're my girl, I like you. Like I told a
Then
girl,
we're good. Like there's that.
I don't care about how many men you've been with. I say that in my special. When I'm with a girl, I don't care who don't like her. I don't care
Right.
how many men she's been with.
Because
nothing.
all of those people aren't in that
Yeah,
relationship.
but if
Like,
she care,
Well,
like
but
every
that's
other
a-
night, I got to check. You
Yeah.
okay? Just comment. I'm like, you let her comment.
Oh yeah. You got to be secure.
because there's always
It's
going to be
security,
someone. There's
but
always
it's
going to.
security. It's about being secure in
know.
yourself and being able to say, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. It doesn't matter what everyone else.
And I do
is
think that
saying about it.
confidence is key.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not being like judgmental, like confidence, like
Mhm.
just in your soul.
Mhm.
Like you're
Yeah.
just good with who you
Mhm.
are.
Mhm.
And I think that's
It's kind of like we talked about in the beginning, like the White House, your war room is like the people that you listen to or mean a lot. And then
Right.
the rest of the White House are like family and people that like know you and they're going to tell you if there's like, spinach in your teeth or whatever. But then the rest of the outside world, if they say something like, why would that bother me if you don't really know?
because they
who
don't
I
matter.
am?
They don't matter.
If you don't know, if you don't have my best interests and you don't really know me for me, why am I
if
going to
you
listen
know
to what
who
you say?
you are at your core, it doesn't matter what anyone else says.
Yep.
I mean, you can have like those moments where you get
Mhm.
dinged and you're like, "Ugh."
Mm-hmm.
But if you know who you are and like what your purpose is and
Mhm.
you're at peace with that, it really just it all becomes like background
Mhm.
noise. It
Right.
just,
Mhm.
there's moments, but you just are like, yeah, well,
Mhm.
I'm good with my soul. I'm good.
Right.
Move on.
Well, it's kind of
So-
like you rely on your faith and you rely on like what you know about yourself. And so the outside things don't bother you if they're outside of those two things.
For sure. And just when in relationships, I just experienced it. Somebody could text. If I'm with a girl and somebody could text her and throw off her whole day, I'm like, baby, but I still love you. Like,
Right.
So it's just like me, because it's hard to rock my boat. You can't say nothing to get under my skin. I get sleepy when people start talking. When people start talking, like I'm just, yeah. So that's what I like. I like find me a woman.
Well,
when the
obviously,
time is right.
being real is what's made you you. And so the book is awesome.
Thank you.
You're getting
love
ready to
it.
go. Are you going back on tour after?
I
when you go
wasn't,
back
man,
into-
but they want me to go out. I'm gonna go out to comedy clubs August, September, October to work on new material, because once the special drop, you can't go do the same material. And I'm going back on tour the middle of March.
Where can we find your tour? Like,
it's gonna. I'm a Trish. No, it's gonna be online.
Okay, good.
Yep.
We'll post a link to all of this stuff when
Yeah.
we post
I
the
really
podcast.
appreciate you guys, man. I
Oh my
like
God.
what y'all got going on. This was amazing. Like,
This-
Oh,
this
so
was
Thank
a lot
you.
of fun.
So
Thank
much
you. And
fun.
you just
Thank
keep
you for
doing
being
you.
here.
thank you,
Yes,
man. No
thank
problem.
you.
Yeah, like amazing.
Wish y'all many blessings to y'all podcast. This is amazing.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And
so
thanks
much.
to everyone who tuned in.
All right,
Yes,
y'all be
thank
good.
you.
Middle Ages.
Thanks.
Bye bye.